Okay, so this should be an interesting one. So we're in the name Icicle. Knowledge information. So Icicle contains knowledge information regarding counterintelligence, competitive intelligence, continuous integration, critical infrastructure, critical issues. See, like this is the list. Okay. So let's see, let me find this. Center Island. Command information. Let's see, am I too far? Okay. Command information. Crime and investigation, right here. Crime and investigation. Okay. Coded information. It's critical. It's a critical item. It's a contract item. Connected intelligence as well. Criminal informant. Combat ineffective. Call intercept. Copy instruction. And then cryptographic interface. So as a reminder, they would need a cryptographer. And what is it? I mean, in cryptography, ciphertext or ciphertext is the result of encryption performed on plain text using an algorithm called a cipher. Ciphertext is also known as encrypted or encoded information because it contains a form of the original plain text that is unreadable by a human or computer without the proper cipher to decrypt it. Well, you guys know I'm not on the inside. I just have been able to call some events before they happened. Okay. So, I want to... CI is also Crazy Ivan. There's a continuous interlock. I'm not... Critical instant. See, critical instant. Now, combat. Content, it's critical indicator, critical interface, connected intelligence. So it's Crazy Ivan right there. Crazy Ivan, Soviet submarine maneuver. Okay, let's look at the news really quick. This is out just a week ago, January 9th, 2020. This is Jamestown. Drugs seized, weapons seized in Operation Crazy Ivan. And you see how that just worked out, right? Because we'll just look at this again really quick. Or wait, it was on this post. My bad, I've had to look everywhere. So there was intelligence, connected intelligence, but it was also criminal informant. A criminal intelligence, a critical indicator. And look, Crazy Ivan connected to criminal intelligence. Several pounds of marijuana, dozens of guns, and thousands of dollars were recovered during a series of multi-agency searches in the South County as part of Operation Crazy Ivan, a years-long effort to halt the tracking of drugs and weapons in the region. This sweep took place Wednesday at locations in Jamestown, Faulkner, and Kennedy, and included members of the Jamestown Metro Drug Task Force, City SWAT Team, Ellicott Police Department, Sheriff's Office SWAT Team, FBI, Southern Tier Regional Drug Task Force, and Dunkirk Police Department. At a 209 West Avenue residence in Faulkner, investigators recovered several pounds of marijuana, more than $5,000 in cash, and 2 loaded shotguns. 5.2, like 52. And then they searched the home at 2585 South Work Street in Faulkner. Resulted in the recovery of 20 firearms, hundreds of rounds of ammunition, cocaine, marijuana, and money. A Route 394 business in Kennedy, identified as Turney's Auto Repair and Sales, also was searched after a warrant was obtained through a news release, though a news release did not specify what, if anything, was recovered. The owner of the business confirmed the property was searched for several hours by police, but politely declined to comment further when reached by phone Friday. Other locations in the city of Jamestown were searched as well. Members of the Jamestown Metro Drug Task Force during these locations located 37 firearms and a cache of ammunition that is estimated to be more than 100,000 rounds in total. The recovery is part of an ongoing investigation, Captain Robert Samuelson of the Jamestown Police Department said. Alright, so I want to take note of something. Today is Monday, right? Is it Monday or Tuesday? I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. Let me look. I want to be sure. It's Tuesday, January 19th. In the name Tyskowitz, it mentioned Wednesday. It was War Office and on Wednesday. I'm not going to go into Tyskowitz because they played with my material, and for some reason I can't find it. But I recall it. I mean, it's just very clear in my mind. Okay, so, and I've had tons of these files, but, alright, so we're going to go into Crooked Cowlick. Cricket Hair Cowlick. So, this is the Laker World Order. There will be a tropic low water inequality. Wizards of the Coast. Now, there's a Wing Operations Center. It's the U.S. DoD. Western Operations Center. This is also a Weather Operations Cell and War Operations Center. I can't. Yeah, there we go. War Operations Center. Then it says written and oral communications. Well, this is also some of the very same indicators out of Tyskowitz. Now, maybe I could find Tyskowitz in here, but because I don't have very much battery on here or much record time, and plus I know your guys' time is valuable, let's just try to find it. So, remember, some things I do not know. However, there's a lot of things that I do know. Yeah, it's gone. Let's see, compiled more lists and more events. Let's see if it's right here. Okay, let's see. Might be linked in this one, actually. See, somehow they get in. Okay, the signal was forward and backward numerical pattern that's rare in the region of France, as shown in this post. So the EN number is 0113229996969. There's this Greek holy wisdom. Alright, there was, tsunami caused a huge wave. So this is all leading up to the big event. Lots of different legs to go down. Let's see if I can find Tyskowitz. Where is it? My apologies, that's why I didn't want to look for it. I'm still going to try. Just bear with me, guys. If I pause this, then I have to stitch it, and I can't. So, maybe it's in here. Here it is. Nope. I can't. Alright, I can't preview it either, so let me get a link to it. It was all connected to. See, these things I remembered. I kept a lot of it anyways in my memory, as much as I could. And, I mean, there's a lot of components to this thing. And, again, I'm not on the inside, so there was a lot of things I didn't know. Okay, so here's Tyskowitz. And there were Switzerland, China, Sub-Zero. Here's a German newspaper that it would be listed in. There's continuous integration. Now the CI is the same thing, and Crazy Ivan is part of this too, because CI, Crazy Ivan. Okay, Canary Islands. These were all connected. Well, I figured when they had the same acronyms, they had to come together. So we had War and Gang, that was German. It would be a weekend. The workstation environment. West Europe was a part of it. It also has Wednesday on here, as we can see right there. It's just Wednesday. Well, Wednesday is tomorrow on the 20th. Let me show you something. So these key terms that I'm shooting. Hi. Hi, guys. I just have to record like this. It really sucks that I do, but thanks for, paying attention to my stellar recording. Alright, let me get in here really quick. Okay, let's go here. And let's go right here. Okay, we had some posts that were, okay, we had The Simpsons strikes again, and it looks, identical to, and then it has Rest in Peace 2021 DT, and then right here, The Simpsons, The Four Horsemen Apocalypse. They got January 20th, 2021. Let's see if you can see that. I'm sorry, I don't have a very steady hand. But okay. Alright, so let's come out of here. Alright, let's go back. Now I want to show you a couple of other articles really quick. Now remember when, well, let me not get ahead of myself. Forgive me. So there was a couple of articles on this. There was the Drugs, Weapons season out of the Evening Observer, the Jamestown Post Journal, Crazy Ivan, Op Nets, More Drugs and Cash, Operation Crazy Ivan, named after the 1990 flick The Hunt for Red October. Drugs, Weapon, those are the same one. The Crazy Ivan, Part 1. This is February 3rd, 2020. So look, this is interesting. Look, these guys hadn't posted anything. See, let me show you. Right? This is March 3rd. And the other one is on February 3rd. So both of these, Ivan Hall details Taishia Adams' split and religious differences. So then there was the Crazy Ivan Part 3. I bet you these are all coded information. I'd bet money on it. Now, Ivan was also a character in the book as well. But anyway, so let's see, if we were to look, Ivan Hall details Taisha. See, somehow these connect. That's where I get lost to some degree. So let's see. Appearing on Caitlin Bristow's Off the Vine podcast, Hall was eliminated on Tuesday's Bachelorette finale. Addressed the duo's differing views on faith after saying Adam's 30, only wants to date a Christian and he's not religious. In this short amount of time, you have to have deep talks about a lot of different things, and I was always trying to calculate when I could talk about certain things, what Taishia Hall said. What's interesting that I just caught right off the back is he only wants to date a Christian and he's not religious. The text, the cipher, told me that basically the Muslims were going to have fun getting back at the Christians for all of the killings that they did during the Iraq war. That is exactly what the cipher told me. And if you do any searching whatsoever, I mean, if you don't believe me, go to look at what all the South African village killings in the last 3 years. It's been unreal. Christians mutilated, slaughtered. I mean, unbelievable, by the thousands. You're talking at least 70,000. So, you know, not small stuff, all right? Okay, I want to throw some articles at you really quick. Remember when, all right, so there was this. This is the Canary Islands. Now, remember, Canary Islands is the same, C-I, just like Crazy Ivan, right? So, okay, so the tug with 18 tons of hashish seized off Canary Islands. And it's a video of it. Spanish law enforcement agencies intercepted and seized tug Cyclo 1 on December 29th, some 180 nm northwest of Gran Canaria. Some 18 tons of hashish packed in bales were found on board. Tug was en route from Casablanca, Morocco to Cape Verde. Estimated time of arrival January 3rd. According to track, tug sailed further north after leaving Casablanca and after that turned south heading for Cape Verde. These were posted within 3 days of each other. Okay. What gets me is that the Crazy Ivan is the same as the Canary Islands, and there was going to be critical information. There was going to be critical, you know, criminal information, critical informant. I mean, we looked at this word. We can go back. Let's look at it one more time just to see what I'm missing here. Critical infrastructure. And I know very well that the word was connected. Let's see. Right there. Well, that's wrong. It's in CL, it's supposed to be CI, so that's wrong. I've got it right here. They've messed with so much of my work, it's ridiculous. Yes, they can get into my computers and mess with my work, and if you don't believe me, well, then just don't believe me. You don't need to be here. Okay, so icicle. So it was command information. So like they're commanding something. Industrial, commercial, institutional. Okay. Interface control information. Initial command inspection. Land use. These are the locations of their land use. And you know, I hate to say it, but it looks like some of these guys are already here. But they've got, okay, so right here it says location update as well. Let's see if I can, right there. Okay, landscape unit. So this is very well what they could be coding into here, into these articles. Okay, I'm not sure about that. I just found it really interesting. About 4 weeks ago, you know, then there's this Ivan Hall details Taishia Adams split and religious differences, and it's connected to Christians. And then you have, you know, the Crazy Ivan part 1, 2, and 3 was probably coded information that was in advance. You know, they're like, okay, now we're ready to put this information out in 2020. Then come now, it's okay, it's time to put this thing into play. So, you know, starting 1 week ago, drugs, weapons seized in by Jamestown police in Operation Crazy Ivan. Then 4 days ago, you know, the hunt for Red October. Let me just put this in. Let's see what we come up with. Oh, my computer's so dirty. I'm sorry. Okay, it's a 1990 American submarine spy thriller film. So, I mean, it just puts me in mind of this. Putin talks about, okay, first off, I read an article a little bit ago about, to you guys that's on my channel, about back in 2020, October 2020, they stated that, you know, China was a force that America would not be able to stand against. And then, let me put this in here. The other day I ran into this article. Forgive me for my dirty computer. The other day, okay, this 2019, it says that what's in the growing Russia-China-Iran trilateral relationship? September, that's in December of 2019. Then in September 2020, China says it will join Russian military exercises. Iran to conduct naval drills with China and Russia. Out of the Navy Times, that's in December 2019. The other day, another article came out, and I have not been able to find it again. I had it, and I was going to record, and then I come back to my phone. I had to do something, I don't remember what it was, but I come back to my phone, and I've not been able to find it again. Right here, Defense One, what's this say? This is January 7th, 2021. This might be it right here. Okay, I think it is, yes. Oh, it took forever. It was buried. Okay, China, Russia, Iran spin capital insurrection. As allies lamented the disgraceful scene, adversaries used Wednesday's riot to attack U.S. democracy. And look at that, it says Wednesday. Leaders around the world reacted with shock and dismay to Wednesday's Capitol Hill riot, but the governments of China and Russia were happy to use the events to attack the United States and democracy in general. We reiterate that the electoral system in the United States is archaic. It does not meet modern democratic standards, creating opportunities for multiple violations, said one Russian government spokesperson, Maria Zakharova, on Facebook. American media has become a tool for political struggle. This was largely the cause of the division of society now observed in the United States. Hua Chunying, a spokesperson for China's foreign ministry, argued the U.S. media were hypocritical in denouncing yesterday's rioters after extolling pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong. It was time, Hua told the state-owned Global Times, for people to reflect on why some people and media in U.S. gave different narrative on social turmoil in Hong Kong in 2019. She continued, what word did they use about hashtag HK? What words are they using now? Hashtag US. Media condemned the incident in U.S., calling it violence, thugs, extremists, and disgrace. What words did they use to describe riots in HK? Beautiful sight, fighters for democracy. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani said, what we saw last night in America showed that Western democracy is weak. Look what a populist did to America. He tarnished his country's image and damaged America's ties with the whole world. Ghanaz Esfandiari, Iran's President Rouhani, on events on Capitol Hill. What we saw last night in America showed that Western democracy is weak. Look what a populist did to America. He tarnished his country's image and damaged America's ties with the whole world. Check out this video. See if we could get a, I don't know if there's a
افراطی میشه چه وضعی پیش میاد؟ امروز اونچه دیشب
No.
اونچه امروز در آمریکا شاهد اون بودیم.
I was thinking maybe there might be some English closed caption, and there wasn't, so, okay. So, allies reacted far less gleefully. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson called the riot disgraceful and said that the United States stands for democracy around the world, and it is now vital that there should be a peaceful and orderly transfer of power. British Home Secretary Priti Patel laid blame squarely on the shoulders of Donald Trump. President Trump's comments directly led to the violence, and so far he has failed to condemn that violence, and that is completely wrong, Patel said. He basically has made a number of comments yesterday that helped to fuel that violence, and he didn't actually do anything to de-escalate that whatsoever. What we've seen is completely unacceptable. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said, "I deeply regret that President Trump has not conceded defeat since November and again refused to do so yesterday. Doubts about the outcome of the election have been stoked, and that set the atmosphere which made the events of the last night possible." Politico Europe further reported that she was sad and furious. Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, considered a populist strongman in the style of Trump and one of the U.S. president's closest personal allies abroad, repeated Trump's fallacious accounts of election fraud. Now there was a lot of reports of fraud, he told the Anadolu agency Newswire. But Rodrigo Maia, president of Brazil's Chamber of Deputies, and Davi Alcolumbre of Brazil's Democratic Party both condemned Wednesday's events. The invasion of the U.S. Congress by extremists represents an act of desperation by an undemocratic chain that lost the elections. It is increasingly clear that the only way is democracy, with dialogue and respect in the Constitution, Mia said on Twitter. Said Alcolumbre, the images of the invasion of the American Congress is a clear attempt at insurrection and contempt for the result of the elections by a group are unacceptable in any democracy and deserve the repudiation, and disapproval of all leaders with public spirit and responsibility. Even a spokesman for Turkey's ruling Democracy and Justice Party, Ömer Selek, on Thursday urged acceptance of the election outcome. Violence is never a method of seeking justice. We call on everyone to respect democratic values. Given the harsh crackdown on freedom of speech in Turkey and the power consolidation by the Erdogan regime, which founded the party, the appeal to respect for democratic values is somewhat ironic. Some national security advisors lamented that the events tarnished the reputation of the United States and its ability to promote democracy abroad. The U.S. has suffered a severe blow to its global credibility after yesterday's insurrection at the Capitol. It is a lasting and irrefutable legacy of Trump's presidency, a gift to Russia and China. We'll need to work very hard over many years to recover, said former NSC staffer and diplomat Nicholas Burns. James Stavridis, retired Navy admiral and former NATO Supreme Allied commander, said that it will take decades before American officials talk with foreign officials about the importance of free and fair elections, peaceful transfer of power, without having the horrors of January 6th thrown back in their faces. January 6th will join 9/11 and December 7th as days that live in infamy. Could it be possible that on this very day, on January 6th, that war was declared? Is it possible that, let me put this back in here, because this article came out, the Crazy Ivan, came out a week ago, January 9th. It's 3 days later, 3 days after the 6th. Is it possible that the speech was put together on that day so that they could refer to a future event too? Because they orchestrate everything. The way I see that this is actually put together Canary Islands is connected to this big time. And so are other couple of key factors. So let me read a couple of articles with you, to you, and then leave you to tell you to, get into your Bibles and read Ezekiel 37 and 38. The Lord keeps his promises, you guys, and there will be one king who will rule over Israel. So God, that means Israel is God prevails. Jesus won. He already won. You keep faith in Jesus and there's nothing to be afraid of. Crypto miners take down Iran electric grids, prompting crackdown. So when Iran's lights went out, they had experienced these blackouts. It says Tehran was offering $4,750 reward for informants to expose illegal cryptocurrency mining operations. So Iran has ordered a crackdown on cryptocurrency miners after blackouts in major cities were attributed to the excess toll the activity takes on the energy grid. Parts of Tehran, as well as Mashhad and Tabriz, have experienced repeated blackouts in recent weeks, temporarily halting production lines and plunging the cities into darkness. State electricity company Tavanir said it had temporarily halted all known crypto mining operations, including a Chinese-Iranian mine in Rafsanyan that is reported to have been consuming 175 mega hours, enough electricity to power an average Western home for 17 years. Cryptocurrency mining is a process in which specialized computers complete progressively more difficult calculations to verify transactions and thereby produce cryptocurrencies, the most popular of which is Bitcoin. Is it possible that the entire network, the entire infrastructure is now set up? It's put into place. I mean, there are articles coming out about how, AI is going to take over and people are going to begin to get the pink slip. I mean, they're literally telling you in your face, like, you can kiss your job goodbye because the robot is taking your place. All right? So is that a way for them to, like, come clean and say, yeah, we set everything up? But what about the fact that they're also, a lot of people have went into hiding, I mean, think about the massive CEOs and whatnot. I mean, and who would know if they were in hiding or not, because everybody's hiding right now because of the COVID-19 anyways, right? So because everybody's hiding in their own homes and whatnot, they wouldn't know if the celebrities were hiding in their homes or in bunkers below, now would they? Cryptocurrency mining is a process in which specialized computers complete progressively more difficult calculations to verify transactions and thereby produce cryptocurrencies, the most popular of which is Bitcoin. The process is extremely energy intensive, meaning that cryptocurrency mining is most profitable in locations with cheap energy. Because of significant state subsidies and excess fuel reserves held by Iran due to sanctions, oil-fueled electricity is very cheap in the country, less than 1% per kilowatt hour. So think about this. If they come up against the U.S. and get rid of the U.S., not only does China take the superpower, take the lead, but these other countries get benefits too. Because remember when Trump came into office, he started taxing and tariffing and whatever, these political terms are for charging these guys more than, before. And really just, making the tensions rise. So the effect of the crypto mining on Iran's grid has become such a problem that the government is now offering a $4,750 reward for tips on illegal crypto mining locations. Bitcoins can be traded outside the traditional banking system, allowing Iran to circumvent economic sanctions on its financial sectors, and terrorist groups such as Hezbollah and Daesh to trade on the black market anonymously. So wipe out the black market here by taking down the drugs, the drug dealers, the guns, and things like that, right? And fuel the black market in cryptocurrency, where once the system comes down, cryptocurrency is going to see a major come up. But of course, you're going to have to take the mark to use that money. I'm going to be able to have to make it for 7 years. Okay, you know what, guys? I'm going to cut out. I'm going to leave you on this note. You know, whatever's coming, the Lord is coming. I'm excited about it, guys. I'm excited. I'm waiting to hear the trumpet. Don't be waiting to hear bombs. Wait to hear the trumpet. Because when the earth gets to shaking, the Lord's going to get to take in his church. It's exciting. That's exciting times. To know that it is coming true. There will be one king. And you know the attack of GOG. It's actually in, I'm doing a study over it right now. And it's in 38. Ezekiel 38. And I'm just like so excited about this study that I'm doing. Because the Lord is, I mean, this is marvelous works. Marvelous works. You know, let's see. Wait. There was another article. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Was this recently? No, this was December 1st. Iran will lose the battle, but not the war. And it's titled Order from Chaos. I'm going to actually leave the link to this so you guys can read it yourself. And I'll leave the crypto miners and the China-Russia link as well. A lot of crazy things going on, and it's unfortunate that I cannot seem to pull an entire piece together on video because somehow I don't know how they pick it up. But if I put a couple of these different, you know, like say I put the Indian army and the Russian army and the Iranian army all into one and I bring evidence together, somehow the computer picks it up and it stops it. And the companies and everything, it's really hard to explain. All I can say is that I can't make it happen. And I know that you guys are probably like, well, you know, so really all I can do is tell you to think the way that you will think. I can't persuade your opinion about me. But I can tell you that, you know, oh, there was one more article. There's something going on, and it's big. Remember this. This was last year.
A heart-stopping moment for people in Los Angeles when loud explosions rocked the night air and military helicopters descended to land on one of the city's busiest streets. Jim Murray explains what was going on.
Oh my God.
Los Angeles under attack? It sure looked that way as Black Hawk helicopters flew in formation right over downtown buildings in the pitch dark.
So you can see it.
You can even hear an explosion.
These lights.
Choppers landed smack in the middle of Wilshire Boulevard.
Okay, so it's just a bunch of choppers. They're landing in the middle of the Wilshire Boulevard. Okay. Well, there's another article. This came out. This is out of the Urge Damu, whoever. It's a blog. And it come out of Don Fum's Mysterious Directions, and I've been following it for a long time. I kind of know what's going on, but there's stuff I don't know about. But there was a line in here: mysterious dark helicopters have been circling L.A., reported the war zone on January 13th, 2021. Three mysterious Bell 407 helicopters painted overall in what looks to be a dark gray color, but with no easily identifiable markings, were sighted. The video, hopefully viewable at the top of today's blog entry, reports how 2 years previously, also in Los Angeles, a military drill using Black Hawk helicopters created panic here. So I actually came in and I did a look. The war zone. Those mysterious dark helicopters were landing on multiple downtown LA rooftops last night. It was updated. This is on January 15th, 2021. Out of the war zone. So, I'm going to leave a link to this too. I want you to take a look at it. Something's going on, you guys. I mean, they've got This is kind of another here nor there, but it's good to know. Evidence of respiratory syncytial virus spread by aerosol. Time to visit infection control strategies. That's funny because I said that the virus was coming from them spraying above. I know it is, because that's what Dawn Fum's Mysterious Directions, a lot of it was about. So, I'll also leave this link there too. Just some random information. Again, read Psalms 91 and get into Ezekiel. And read about, 37, 38, and then the war of Gog and Magog. They're already safe. The church is safe at that point. They're in the New Jerusalem, reigning with the Messiah. Oh wow, if I could get this out of my mouth. The trap they set has become their own. Take care, take charge, and guys, don't forget to say your prayers.